That's some Dustin Daily action right there. So, first of all, if you want good editing, don't come to this video. Go find another video, because what's editing? I don't know. I can't do it. So this video is a hard one to film. First, I'm new to this. Forgive me. My name is Lauren. I went to law school and I failed the bar exam. Yeah. It's not something many people just admit. But I am, because I feel like there is not an outlet out there for people who don't pass. Because the thing is with law school, and that's what the culmination of this video is things law school doesn't prepare you for, things law school doesn't tell you. And one of the big things that law school doesn't prepare you for is failure. They expect you to pass everything, and the thing is, that's not realistic. I'm going to go into detail about school-related law school failures in a different video, but this one is going to be mainly about failing the bar exam and how law school doesn't prepare you for it, and no one prepares you for it, and it's hard. If you're watching this and you have failed the bar exam like I have, don't worry. You can retake it, unless you live in Texas and you can only retake it like 4 times. No pressure. But failing the bar exam isn't the end of the world, I have found. I am retaking it. I signed up to retake it. I'm retaking a bar prep class. I'm doing everything I know that I can do. But I want to give some encouragement and then kind of just vent a little bit. So first things first, if you failed the bar exam, you're okay. You're fine. You're still a graduate of a law school. You still have a JD. And chances are you work with at least one other person who has failed the bar exam. Second, if you're like, I know it's a little late to talk about bar results, but for in the future, if you're watching this next year or in May when February bar results come out, or next November, October when bar results come out, if you get your results and they're failing or you didn't pass by whatever the margin was, turn off Facebook, and kind of like if you follow law school people on any social media, just like kind of block them for the time being. You can, or like unfollow them for the time being, because that's a really unhealthy thing to see, is all of this success and you're just like, I failed. What I did, I shut down my Facebook for a week and followed some law school people on my Instagram. I don't follow anybody from law school on my Twitter, because I follow celebrities on Twitter because I like celebrity gossip and news. So doing that helped me, because I was able to not think about everybody else's success amidst my failure. And it was really helpful, and I highly suggest you do that, because we're in such a world where everything is online, that if you just like kind of take a break from that, you won't see it, and it's not going to be shoved in your face constantly, because everybody's going to be posting their results if they passed, and it's not fun to see if you didn't. And I think that's one thing that when you go to law school you don't realize, is you were always compared to everybody else. And honestly, it's not a healthy thing either. And again, I'm going to go into that in a different video, but this video is failing the bar exam. So first things first, after all of that said and done, you've recouped, you're in the process of signing up for the bar again, and signing up for classes. What do you do besides study again? You've done it once. You know where you need to focus. And honestly, for me, areas that I knew I needed to focus on, I don't actually know how to get better at those areas because I don't know how. Like, I did bad in multiple choice the entire time I took my bar prep class, so I knew I wasn't going to do the best in multiple choice, but I did pretty bad. And I don't know how to get better at that because I can read so many sample answers and like the explanations for the multiple choice answers, but sometimes it just doesn't help, you know? So it's in a position of what do I do now? But yeah, back to like the actual point of this video. What law school doesn't prepare you for? Pretend it's tea. Dr. Pepper is my tea. Dr. Pepper is my everything. What law school doesn't prepare you for? They don't prepare you for failure. They don't prepare you for failing the bar. They expect you to pass. And I mean this in like the nicest way, but like my law school was a great law school. I went to a very good law school. I learned so much there, and at the end of the day, with law school, you are a statistic to them. They want to know your past. They want the pass rates, employment rates. They want to know that stuff. So much so that the last meeting we had before we graduated, they pulled all the 3Ls, which is third-year law students, into this room, and told us about our graduation ceremony, and we voted on professors to get awards and all that fun stuff. And then they were like, we need your contact information because we need to know if you're employed. We need to know how to contact you so we can get where you're employed and all that stuff. And they were trying so hard to tell us that we weren't a statistic. But the message is clear. We are a statistic to them. Everything is about statistics because that's how you get ABA accredited. That is how you get to be in a law school that is a good law school, is the statistics. Like when you're going to law school and you're looking at law schools, you're looking at the statistics. What the statistics don't show you is the failure. And it's hard because you don't see the failure ever because no one likes to talk about it. No one likes to know that they failed. No one likes to admit that they failed, especially in law school, because you're automatically seen as someone different. In an environment where you are always compared to everybody because of the bell curve. Again, I'll talk about that later in a different video. But in an environment where you are always compared to people, you never really are, because you don't know who is truly on your level. So when you fail, you don't see it. For example, I failed the bar exam. Everybody I know, at least to my knowledge, passed. But I know that not everybody did because I know what my school's statistics were. I know what the bar passage rates were. But I will never know because I don't see it. And I want to like kind of stop that because it's not healthy. It makes people think that they are less, and it's not fun. So yeah, I failed the bar exam. Law school didn't prepare me for that. My bar prep course didn't prepare me for that, because when you go to law school, when you take these prep courses, they always prep you for success and never for the inevitable failure if that happens. Chances are it won't happen, but there's always going to be failure in law school, and it sucks. It really is awful. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't really want to do anything. But if you went to law school knowing you wanted to be a lawyer, knowing what your passion is, I went knowing what my passion was, failure isn't an option for you. So you're going to continue on. But if you went to law school to go to law school and you failed and you don't really know what to do, try again. I mean, first of all, don't let your education go to waste, because chances are you took out loans and now you're in debt. But you clearly went for a reason, whether it's what your parents wanted, what you wanted. If you didn't find your passion, you will. You have to pick yourself back up, and that's the hardest thing to do. Because I find myself wanting to procrastinate right now, especially with the holidays coming closer. Yeah, it's hard. Failing is hard. It's not fun. But it's not the end. I just hope I don't fail again, because I don't know what I'll do then. But yeah, law school doesn't prepare you for failing the bar exam. No one does. You find very few helpful things unless you're going to Reddit, and even then it's like, oh, sorry, lol. Because everybody's like, oh, well, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, yeah, I did all that, but I still failed. Nobody is there to like be encouraging, because most people who give the advice on law school and the bar exam passed it the first time. They don't know the position that you're in if you failed, or I'm in. They don't understand why just telling us, oh, well, you should have studied, or you should have studied harder. They don't understand why that isn't helpful. And I do, because I've been there. And this isn't to say that people who give advice who've always gotten the best are bad at giving advice, but they come at it from a very different viewpoint. Like, one of my favorite YouTube channels is the Legal Eagle. Great YouTube channel, super smart, but the face of the channel is a lawyer who went to an Ivy League school, and he got really, really good grades, and he most likely passed the bar exam on the first time. Hearing advice from him is not the same as hearing advice from someone who didn't do so well in law school, still passed law school, still got her JD, and failed the bar exam. My advice is, in my opinion, is going to be a bit more realistic, because you can only be told to study and do study questions so many times. You can only be told that because the thing is, they don't relate to you. I hope I can relate to you. So what I plan on doing is, besides doing what law school failed to teach you, is take you on a journey with me as I retake the bar. Hence, no editing, because I'm not going to have time to do it. So yeah, sorry about no editing. If you want editing, do you want to edit my videos for me, please? So yeah, I'm doing this on my phone. No fancy microphone. If the sound is off, sorry. But yeah, I want to take you on a journey with me through retaking the bar exam. You will see my highs, you will see my lows, you will see my frustrations, you will see everything about retaking the bar exam. And hopefully, if you're in my position where you didn't pass, you can relate to it and find some good out of your situation. Because I think that's one thing that people who didn't pass need, is someone to relate to them, to relate to the journey they're going on, instead of getting advice from someone who has never been on that journey. So yeah, I failed the bar exam, and law school didn't prepare me for it, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to retake the bar and hopefully pass and hopefully get a job. And you're gonna see every step of the way.